Ooh. So why do we manifest? Why do we feel the need to want to create? I never used to ask this question because I remember hearing about manifestation and that I could dream something into being, and it drove me close to absolute madness. I remember I wanted to create a magic school world where I could go and escape from the thralls of life. I thought, anything's possible. Anything's possible. I could escape from here. And to be honest, I really got stuck into that paradigm. A lot of the reasons why I started this new account and I talk about misconceptions and truth of manifesting is because I want to teach people the things that I couldn't accept. I got lost in a world of wishing and hoping, and I never wanted to do anything. It's kind of related to having ADHD. If you've ever experienced feeling like really wanting to do something and pushing yourself, punishing yourself when you're not doing anything, and just wishing that something would come and change your life, like a man or a new job or a spontaneous opportunity that would save you. And it comes to the point where acting as if and believing something enough, it doesn't change anything. I remember I fell in love with this guy last year that I had just met, like super high levels of BPD, like anxious attachment. And even months after, I was like trying to manifest a way to go back in time and fix it. And it's one of the most painful experiences I've been in, not as bad as trauma, but totally Looney Tunes. And you have to forgive yourself for those moments. I know that there are probably people watching this who feel similar ways. That they wish that they could pull into the thralls of creation and change exactly the way that it is. But little do they know that they're not really in control at all. You want to stop resisting and to accept things you cannot change. But the pangs in your heart tell you a different story. But what if I told you the truth about manifesting was actually pretty simple? What if I told you that the truth of it is that all you need to do is to be exactly what you want it to be? Which is kind of why I started this account and kind of why I came back to social media. My name's City, if you don't know me. I come from a background of being a psychic medium. I used to read people's energy in their houses and do tarot readings locally. But that was until things changed and I had a spontaneous, twin flame kundalini activation that changed my whole perspective of the world and actually put me onto the timeline of enlightenment and achieving it in a false way, in the false light. I believe that I was like a chosen one for quite a while just because I was highly sensitive to people's emotions and my psychic senses were very active, but little did I know that a lot of it was misconceptions and shadow work left unchecked. And why I'm so passionate about talking about manifestation is because I know that people really do want to experience the life of their dreams, much like I do, and much like why I want to become a teacher and a healer. I have to talk more about my story because I even learned about energy healing before I had ever heard about it in the real world. Not real world. Before I had even heard about it in the external world, I had discovered it in hiding in my brain. I remember I could feel the light or energy coming out of my hands, and I could feel it moving around my body. And growing up, I would always try to touch people to heal them. It was something that I knew. It was something I came into this life with. Anyways, less about me, more about your experience with manifestation. But it's important to remember our stories as well, because those stories, the things that we've been through in our lives, our desires, come from the things that we've seen too. It's a lot like nature versus nurture. The nature of desire is to see outside of the self and experience beyond our own. It's not so much about being out of suffering, more so than it is just wanting to be in alignment, I guess. Like wanting to feel like that you're doing something that you've desired to do for so long. Have you ever felt like that you're just like meant for something, or that you're just not here for no reason, or maybe you're just here to experience pure bliss and pure joy. But those things all go hand in hand. Living in your purpose and feeling aligned and instantaneous bliss and knowledge and like self-fulfillment, they all go hand in hand too. Because the process of spiritual learning and teaching and also reaching unity consciousness or enlightenment is actually a pretty beautiful, amazing thing. I mean, people have made art about it for millennia, and it's one of the most pervasive things in our society. I mean, everybody talks about Jesus, but no one knows, in the normal world, like, that you can just be Jesus or Buddha or Krishna kind of thing. So yeah, I don't know. This is just an intro to manifestation and like enlightenment and joy. Something that you can do right now is for the next 10 days, I want you to listen to your heart and ask yourself, what would bring me joy in the next 10 days? And comment down below where that takes you. Because when you follow your joy, you're following your soul path, your aligned path. It's really simple, actually. Just listen to your heart. And when it tells you to do something, you do it. Don't ask questions. Don't question yourself.